Yeah. Hello and welcome. I'm Eleanor Jarvis, and I have been the Events, Community and Digital Fundraising Officer for over 3.5 years at the Multiple System Atrophy Trust. At the MSA Trust, we know that MSA can feel incredibly isolating for both the person diagnosed and their families. That's why sharing stories is so important. By sharing experiences, we can raise awareness, support others going through similar journeys, and help the wider community understand the impact of this condition. So today we are joined by the lovely Jus, who has generously shared his family's journey with MSA. So thank you so much for being here today.
Pleasure.
So you and your family have been on a deeply personal journey with MSA. Can you tell us a bit about when your mum was diagnosed and how that time shaped your lives?
Yeah, sure. So mum was actually initially diagnosed in 2013 with Parkinson's. So it wasn't until a good few years later, kind of around about 2016, that mum was actually diagnosed with MSA. Um, Now I'm one of five siblings. So we made a real early decision that, look, we wouldn't put mum into a care home. um, and we will look after mum at home. So
Mm,
that was a real kind of quick decision that we made. So we work on a weekly rota system, and just kind of take turns looking after mum, alongside engaging with a care company who provided care during the day. We would share appointments. So we'll kind of share hospital appointments into central London,
mm,
physio appointments, dentist appointments, speech and language therapy sessions as well. Um, Look, it was very difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's very difficult because you're trying to obviously care for your loved one and you're juggling work at the same time. So the key thing here was respite,
mm.
because you do burn out. That's the thing. But we kept going. Mum raised us five on her own. So for us, it was kind of like, our time to pay her back,
Mm.
So yeah, and look, it's definitely made us closer. We're definitely stronger, and we maintain that bond today.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You were part of our early awareness videos. Well, your whole family was. What was it like sharing your story while going through such a personal experience with MSA?
Yeah, again, very important. We were very keen as a family to share our story, not just about kind of raising awareness about MSA, but it was also what it's like to care for someone with MSA. Um, we didn't know anyone who was going through this condition. There was a lack of information back then as well. So if our story kind of helped anyone, that was the overall aim for us. As I mentioned earlier, look, it's very difficult. You go through so many emotions caring for someone. Anger, frustration, guilt sometimes comes into play. Anxiety, tiredness. So the key thing was always to speak to your family members, speak to to your friends, to kind of to air what you needed to. Don't bottle things up. For us, caring for mum was number one priority, really.
Yeah, of course. You and your family have remained so active and involved through fundraising, even after your mum sadly passed away. So what's motivated you to keep raising awareness and fundraising?
Yeah. Again, mum was the motivation behind it. We're all a very active family. We all love kind of going to the gym, exercising. We do kind of marathons and bike rides, cycle rides. We've done London to Brighton before. So mum was always the motivation here. Anyone who met mum would have seen how, loving and caring and warm she was.
Take your time.
And yeah, she battled through.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be so difficult, you know, reflecting on it in this way and have talking about it. And yeah, I really, really appreciate you taking the time. But yeah, it
Yeah,
must be really difficult thinking
yeah. I
back,
mean,
reflecting.
yeah. Again, it brings up emotions that you kind of feel that you buried, So
Mm,
so that's the thing. But it's, what I was trying to explain was she battled through with such strength and dignity. So, that's what we just want to carry on that legacy for her. We just want to
yeah.
help as many people as we could, um, raise awareness, explain, what MSA is, and how people can get involved. So that's always been our motivation, really.
Yeah, and I can absolutely say, from the early awareness videos that you and your family did and the massive amounts of fundraising that you've all been involved in, you've absolutely made a difference. So thank you.
Pleasure.
Um, and you've joined us at Sarah's Wood. And for those that are listening that don't know what Sarah's Wood is, it's a special place that was created by the MSA Trust, and it's up in Sherwood Forest, where people can come to plant a tree in memory of a loved one affected by MSA or to show support for the MSA community. It's a peaceful space that will be growing over time. And hopefully, it's been given families and supporters a place to reflect, remember, and celebrate the lives of those that have been touched by MSA. So, you joined us with some of your family at both of our tree planting and our summer social. Uh, how did it feel to be a part of those events?
Yeah, really, really good. You're meeting people that who are going through MSA, or there's carers of loved ones who are going through MSA. So um, it was a real kind of bond that you had with people because they knew and understood exactly what you're going through.
Yeah,
Um, and we were kind of all sharing advice, and just trying to help each other. That was the main thing. The whole kind of backstory as to how I got involved with Summer Social was I received a newsletter, and it said that you could have a brick laid in the path to a cure. So I thought that's fantastic. That'd be wonderful to do. So I didn't tell the family. I donated, and then luckily the summer social actually fell a day before my birthday, so it was kind of a good little thing to kind of say right to the family, look, we're going up to Nottingham, and then yeah, and they loved the surprise, and plus for them it was again another just meeting people who are going through MSA. It was just a nice thing to kind of have conversations and you were sipping tea and having cake and so forth. It was a lovely setting as well. So
yeah.
just anyone that hasn't been or is thinking of going, please do attend. It's a lovely way of meeting people, you know, who are going through MSA.
Oh, thank you for your kind words.
That's right.
And for others who are newly facing an MSA diagnosis in the family or who want to support a loved one, what advice would you share from your own experience?
Yeah. So I wrote a few notes last night on this. So um, it's very important to prepare yourselves as the condition progresses so quickly. Um, so the initial thing I would say is, look, contact your local authority to see if you can get any assistance with care. Obtain a referral to an occupational therapist, speech and language therapist, contact your local MSA nurse or Parkinson's nurse in your area. If you can, in terms of like appointments such as dentist appointments, GP appointments, if you can arrange for home visits, try and do those because it will over time be very difficult to kind of, mobility is going to be very restricted for your loved one. So having to then go into, use public transport or use your car to go into London and so forth, it can be very difficult. So try and do that. Again, you could probably arrange this through occupational therapist, but order a pill dispenser. So you've got your weekly medicine there. Keep a diary as well. Each time you're providing the medication, keep a diary note. Keep a note of any kind of symptoms, anything that you feel is going to be beneficial. That when you go to your appointments with your professor or MSA professionals, you've got some notes there about kind of certain things that have happened
Mm,
or certain things like in terms of swallowing being difficult. So kind of explain it from there. So that's going to be important. Food blenders. We went through so many food blenders. So, but very handy because you're going to need those to blend food because swallowing will get difficult. Um, Exercise again, exercise with your loved one. That was kind of exercise in the house. So if you're able to kind of assist with walking in the house, or if there's a kind of walking aid in the house, great. If the weather's good, again, today's not not a good day for weather, but if the weather's good, then obviously, yeah, a walk outside is always good. You've got to try and do something that is trying to kind of remain as normal as possible. Look, even if you can, if you're able to take your loved one on holiday, try and do that if you can. We were lucky enough to do that, and we took mum to Abu Dhabi. Just kind of, it was difficult. You have to get the right insurances in place, but it was, it's my mum's last holiday, so it's very important to try and keep things as normal as possible. Um, a key thing here: record your loved one's voice. Mum lost her ability to speak in her later years, so again, I know there's voice banking to try and kind of inquire about that. Um, Ensure you have arranged a will. This is kind of going on to my background now because I'm in finance, but arrange a will to be in place. Also arrange a lasting power of attorney for property and finance decisions and health and welfare. That's very important. And like I've done here, I've broken down, but it's okay to do that,
Yeah, absolutely.
so.
Yeah, absolutely is. And, it's how you get through things, isn't it? You talk and you face your grief straight on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
talk about
definitely,
it.
definitely. But it's okay to do that. Don't bottle it up and
Yeah.
speak. Talk to your family. They're the key things I'd say.
No, that's incredibly useful and very comprehensive. Thank you. And if anyone listening has any questions about voice banking, getting a will sorted, you can always get in contact with our support team at support@msatrust.org.uk. So please do reach out to us if anything brought up in this video you'd like to find out more about. And then finally, I've got one more question for you. You've already done so much for the MSA Trust. So do you have any other plans or ideas for future fundraising or awareness work? No pressure to answer that
Yeah,
one.
it's definitely something we talk about. We won't be doing anything like Tom Cruise and getting on a motorbike and going off a cliff. But but yeah, we've thought about kind of uh, parachuting out of a plane,
You're braver
kind
than
of
me.
climbing Kilimanjaro. So there's various things that we've been talking about, but yeah, we're still to kind of finalize. And as a family, I'd like it to be the whole family this time because it was a few of us that did the runs and everything else, the marathons. But yeah, hopefully it'll be for the whole family to attend anyway.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today and for sharing your story. We're incredibly grateful to you and your entire family for all your support, which helps us continue our work supporting the MSA community. And for anyone watching who would like to share their story through a virtual interview, please do get in touch with me by contacting fundraising@msatrust.org.uk. Yeah, and with that, I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me
Pleasure.
and everyone who's taken the time to listen, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.